So, welcome Shruti to this call. And before anything, thanks a lot for taking your time out, especially when you're out,
Of
you're in
course.
US, and you're on exchange term. So
No, of course.
I of course know you. So why don't you just introduce yourself very quickly to all the people who are present here?
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Shruti, and I am a 24 graduate from ISB Co'24. And okay, so a little bit about my background. I've had 5 years of experience before applying for ISB. So, I was working in media and entertainment, and I was working for Sony Music as a product marketing manager. And prior to that, this is actually my second MBA. Prior to that, I had done a PGDM in communications, specializing in brand and media marketing from MICA. So in ISB, what I was looking for was a way to kind of increase my knowledge base. That is point number one. I was looking at an industry pivot as well, which is point number two. And I was looking for a great network and an opportunity to kind of get exposure that I felt I was not getting prior to this. That's point number three. And I'm happy to report that ISB helped with all these three things.
Yes.
So I've managed to do an industry pivot. I've managed to get great exposure, not just in terms of the network I've created, but also, with opportunities like clubs and SIGs and this exchange term as well. And I've hopefully managed to increase my knowledge base. That's an ongoing endeavor, and as it is for you guys as well. So happy to answer any questions. I'm not sure how much I guess I can help you, but if there is any little thing that I can help you
Don't
with,
be so
please let me
modest,
know.
Shruti. Your
No,
insights will
I mean,
be
we guys are on the same boat. We were in the same boat, like where you guys were. I was just there 1 year ago. So it's not that much of a big leap, and it's easy to do it. I just want to let you know, and
Yes.
hope you have fun with the application process.
I keep saying that it's easy. You just need to do a few things properly while giving
Yeah.
it enough time. You cannot do these things at the last moment. I keep saying this, and it's not rocket science. If you just do
Yeah, yeah.
it properly with proper guidance and remain focused, you'll automatically eliminate most of the competition because most of the people do not know how to do things. Okay.
Absolutely. And Dr. Anshul was a great help for me with the application process. I randomly reached out to him on LinkedIn out of the blue, and he was kind enough to get back to me. Like, actually, you didn't even take 15 minutes to get back to me. You like immediately texted me
And
on
you
LinkedIn, and
also
then you
did
were
not
just,
take more than 1 day to sign up. So I
yeah,
like people who take fast decisions, but I can immediately help them. There
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah. Yeah, unlike you guys have like ample time now to actually think through what you guys are going to do. I rushed my situation, which is obviously not advisable.
yeah.
Um, and Dr. Anshul was like, "Why are you applying so late?" And I applied to round one, and he was like, "Do you want to apply to round two?" And I was like, "If I don't give myself that deadline in my head, that okay, now you have to apply," and it was just I think a couple of weeks before the round one application deadline.
No, you had around 1 month. You had 1 month.
Yeah, like three weeks I had,
But I
and
call 1 month also very last moment, according to my
very
definition.
yeah. But like I kept the deadline in my head on purpose because like even though it would have been easier for me to apply in round two, I felt like because of my professional situation at that time and my personal situation at that time that I couldn't delay it any further and I had to take the plunge. And Dr. Anshul was really helpful. Like literally, I think he handheld me through the entire process. So you guys having like a year before you is actually a luxury. So please utilize it wisely and don't like squander it.
This call is not about me, Shruti. This call is more about you. So, thanks for your kind words. And really, really, I'm glad that you still remember me, first of all. And
Of course.
okay. So, Shruti, one question I have for you. Your GMAT was 700. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
700, 710. I don't remember. One
700.
of these.
I
Yeah.
remember. I remember.
Okay. I trust you. I trust you more than I do.
Yeah, so your GMAT was 700. Many people do not even apply with a 700 score, saying that it is lower than average, which it is. For your batch, the average GMAT was 716. Right now,
Correct.
current batch,
Correct.
which is sitting, it has increased to 727 or 726. So
Correct.
with 700, you are still lower than average. You still went ahead and applied with that score. Why? What made you apply with that score?
Okay, so couple of things. One, I believed that regardless of my score in GMAT, my profile was strong enough to kind of make some kind of impact. And I think after speaking to not just you, I spoke to a lot of people, like I spoke to some ISB graduates as well. And I spoke to some other tutors who were helping in kind of ISB admissions, and everyone kind of bolstered that confidence that you have a good work experience profile. So my job was to highlight that as much as I could so that my marks would not be a deterrent. It's not as if I was a topper at any time of my life. Like I wasn't a top, I mean, though I graduated with distinction or whatever, but I wasn't a gold medalist in undergrad, or something that toppers kind of have to highlight in this resume. Even during my CV, when I was applying for placement portals, I highlighted my work experience more than I highlighted my education. And I highlighted the stuff that I did with clubs and SIGs with an ISB more than my marks. So I think the answer was I played to my strengths, which was my experience and the extracurricular activities that I did. So yeah, that worked out for me. And trust me, at the end of the day, I know once you guys get in, your seniors are going to say this to you 100 million times. And that marks do not matter. Marks do not matter. You will get a job, and you will get a job that is worth your profile. It is very difficult to accept that when you're on this side of the situation, when you're on this side of the battle. I didn't believe it, but it did work out for me in hindsight. No one asked me about my CGPA. Even during the ISB admissions interview process, no one spoke to me about my GMAT score. It was entirely about my professional experience. It was entirely about my hobbies. It was entirely about what ISB can do for me. So I don't think anyone with a less than perfect academic mark sheet should feel that it is a hindrance to them, because it is not.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing that, Shruti. Now, there are a lot of turbulent times for you during the interview preparation phase, right? You were going through a lot of personal challenges with and stuff. So, applications, though, I mean, we have talked enough about applications with the people who are present in the call. How did you prepare for the interviews? Of course, I was involved throughout, but what did you do on your own? I want to know that.
So for the interview process, actually, I hadn't told my parents about the fact that I was applying for ISB.
Me neither.
So
I told on the day I got an admit.
yeah, same. I was like, जब मिलेगा तब देखेंगे.
Yes.
So I couldn't, I can't give you advice like, my parents helped me, and, they gave me enough number of time to, ample time to kind of sit, prepare, support, etc. Because I didn't have that. I didn't tell my parents. I only told my husband. And at that time, my husband was in his own professional situation at that time, and personal situation. So it was, and we were not living together at that time because he had to go somewhere else for his job. So I had to do it all on my own. So obviously, apart from the help that Dr. Anshul gave me and the conversations that I had with him, what I did was I wrote down the kind of questions that, like, someone might ask me in an interview, and what I myself would ask if I was recruiting someone. And I would write those questions down, and then I would write the answers down to them as well. And then obviously I did not learn them by rote, because I don't think that's the right way to go about it, at least not for me. I would use them as a reference. So I would like write down my answers and be like, okay, this is the kind of way I'm envisioning the conversation to flow. And I would use that as a reference. I would keep it in front of me, and then I would like talk in front of a mirror, or I would talk in, like, I would put my mobile on, and then I would talk into the camera. And then I would try not to glance at my notes too much, because that kind of tends to derail your thoughts. I would try to be as extempore as possible, but while using those reference points that I had previously written down. And then I would see the videos again, right? And I would see that, do I look nervous? Am I making my points come across with any kind of clarity? Am I rambling too much? Because I tend to do that. So, am I being to the point, succinct, and all that? So yeah, that's how I trained myself to kind of not be very nervous. And yeah, everyone will tell you that, this is how you're supposed to sit an interview, cross your legs, put your hands like this, and, be like very prim proper. Everyone has their own way of kind of dealing with nerves. And if moving your hands around works for you, works to calm your nerves, or if holding your hands together like that works for you, then just do what you feels comes most naturally to you, because that's what the interviewers also want to see. They don't want to see someone looking uncomfortable, fidgeting, just because someone told them that this was the right way to do things. So that's one thing I was very mindful of.
Okay, my last question to you, Shruti, before I open the session to questions from everyone.
Yeah.
You were in a very good professional space when you applied to ISP. Both in terms
Mm.
of the company, you were working for a very big brand name. You had a great
Yeah.
profile that is product
Yeah.
management, which many people
Yeah.
actually do after MBA.
Yeah.
Salary-wise, I will
Yeah.
not quote your salary, but because I have the data of everyone, salary-wise, you are also doing
Yeah.
very well. It was just a bit short of what ISP's average CTC was back then.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
took so much of effort to take your GMAT and then apply to ISP and then leave that job and have that one hellish year. Not the entire,
Yeah.
not hellish, but at least first few months are hellish.
They are.
Yes.
Term 2 is called the hell term.
Yeah, yeah. Of course I know.
So
Of
yeah,
course I know.
I'm telling these
Achha,
guys.
okay, okay.
Yeah, it's
These
called the
guys
hell term.
will
Yeah.
know a lot of things. It's not
It's
that
gonna be the
I don't
worst.
want to scare them so early in their.
It
I do talk
was
about
fun though.
I do talk about life at ISB with these people, but I don't try to
Mm.
share a lot. I don't want to scare anyone. Okay, so now why did you decide to do this to your very well established career with a very amazing profile? I just want to know your insight. I mean, I want you to
Mm.
share with other people. Of course, I know why did you do that.
So, you're absolutely right. At that time, it felt like, why am I doing this to myself? Because yes, you were right. I was earning well, I was doing well, I was up for a promotion. My boss was excellent. I had a great work environment. And compared to media and entertainment as an industry, I was actually earning I was
Yes,
earning a little more than the average. So the industry doesn't pay you as well as consulting does, but it gives you like other great opportunities and exposure. I was working with like big brand names and stuff. So it was very hard. It was very difficult for me to like give all that up. And I think what made me take that plunge was a kind of conviction that I had of what my priorities are. My priorities are to be able to find a certain work life balance that I'm looking for. And for that, I needed to make an industry pivot. So thinking of myself 5 years down the line, where I'm going to have the kind of life that I had prioritized and vision for myself, I decided that this 1 year of hardship is going to be worth it, of not living with my family, of kind of putting myself through all the rigors of academia. 5 years later, it's not difficult. It's very difficult to come back to studying after you're working, and especially
true.
when you're working, enjoying your salary, everything, and then you go back to study. It is not at all easy. You guys will have like ylps who are like 22, 23, and they're competing with you for the same jobs. It's not easy at all, but I felt that my priorities and my vision for my future was worth everything. So I was like, put your head down, you just have to do this. If not now, then it'll never happen. So you just do it. Yes, you could say that you can always make an industry pivot laterally by moving laterally. That's also possible. A lot of people have done that. Their careers have not suffered just because they've not gotten into the MBA college that they've always given themselves for. But ISB is the shortest route you can to get that success that
Yes.
you're looking for. It's a massive leg up. The network that you make over here at ISB is going to last you for a lifetime. You are not going to see the profits from ISB, the ROI from ISB, you're not going to see it within the 1 year. Like as soon as you graduate, it's not as if, you're going to see the ROI immediately. The ROI is going to come over the course of your lifetime, because all of you guys, all of your batchmates will get like great jobs in great companies. All of you in 5-10 years will become like, VPs or directors or high level people, and that's when you start milking that network. That's when you're like, we guys are the elite cream bunch over here in the corporate sector, and that's when you start seeing the fruits of being an ISB alum. So yeah, I think it was worth it. So I just pushed myself for it. That's it. It was, I think, just a sense of conviction.
Thanks a lot, Shruti. And I must tell you, it was your conviction and your, I would say, your plan, the way you planned everything out, and the way how you're very confident that, no, I'm doing well, but I want to do better.
Yeah,
It's very
that you
personal.
should have. Like the ambition should never stop.
That was very motivating for me as well. I'll be very frank.
Thank
And
you.
I have told this to, I always say, I have said it to the larger group as well, that every year I work with so many people, but there are some people who motivate me as well. And you were one of them. I always take your name.
That
So
is
I'm
so
just
sweet.
today
Thank
sharing it,
you. You're very
sharing
kind.
this. I have already told this to other people. Today I'm sharing it with you as well. Okay,
Thank
perfect. Thank you. Now I'll open the session to questions and queries. Guys, you
Yes.
can unmute yourself and you can ask anything you want to. If you do not, then I
You
have.
guys can switch on your camera also. I would like
Okay,
to see.
yes, I will provide the access to switch on the camera. Yeah, Vandit, you can switch on the camera as well, and then you can ask.
Yeah, hey guys. Hey Anshul, hey Shruti. Hope
Hi,
you're having
Vandit.
a good evening. So, something I wanted to ask, I think from like I've seen many candidates, and as you pointed out, like most people in ISP are like a lot of them are like YLP candidates, and like I would say average age around basically average years of experience like around 3 to 4.
No, average
Uh,
years is around 4.3 years.
yeah, so I mean, something I like stands out about her is like you had more than above average years of experience. Like you, like heading into the college, I think even like when I was like reflecting my own like experience, so I have around 5 years of experience right now. If I were to join the college, I would join it next year. That would be around 6 years of experience. So did you feel any difference when it came to A, placements, and B, like did you have an edge over the other guys, or did you find yourself coping up to others? Like how did that factor in being a candidate with like on the higher side of years of experience? Did
Mm,
you see companies not shortlisting you, like some like roles that were actually looking for younger folks or like people with like
mm,
experience? Like what's the other
mm,
side like?
mm, mm. Um, Actually, some of my best friends are people with lesser work experience than me. So
I
socially,
saw
I think,
I saw your picture, Shruti. You were hanging out with all younger people.
yeah. So I don't think socially it affected me at all. In fact, I think it was a plus point because everybody comes to you for advice and just to like talk about the serious matters. So socially, it's not going to affect you at all. Make friends with whoever you want to make friends with. And there were people with more work experience than I had. There were people with their families and kids on campus. Right, that ISB has like studio
Yeah.
facilities, so you can get your families to live with you. So, so personally, that's not an issue at all. Professionally, there were some companies that came specifically for younger candidates, and they write that in the JDs. I didn't apply for those roles because why would I apply to a company that would take me into an associate level when I just left a job at a manager level? It doesn't make sense. It's professional suicide for you to apply for a role that is for younger people in the first place. I don't want to be a trainee again. That doesn't make sense to me. But yes, if you're making a massive pivot, like if HUL is your dream company, for example, then you will have to go through the trainee program. But you can talk to them, and if you get shortlisted, you can talk to the interviewers, tell them that, listen, I come with like this much years of experience, and I wanted to shorten my trainee period, for example, and then you can negotiate a promotion 1 year down the line instead of like 2 years down the line, which is normally the cycle. So all those are actually in your hand. Applying for companies which will prioritize your work experience over other people's age, that is in your hands. You need to be smart about that. Then negotiating at the table for an increased salary than what that company had actually come for basis your experience, that's in your hand as well. You can do that. I come from 5 years, 6 years of work experience, you mentioned. Say that you've come for the 6 years of work experience, highlight how well you've done for your company, and then negotiate a better offer for yourself. ISB placements give you the flexibility to do that as well. Shortlists, no, I don't think shortlists were an issue at all. I think I got more than ample shortlists. I rejected job offers. I decided to sit for another day of interviews because I was not happy with my initial job offers. My placement coordinator was dying. She was like, "Why are you doing this to me?" Like, she was literally stressing out. But if you have a sense of clarity, and you know what you want, and then you focus your resume and your interview prep towards that, then your work experience is not going to be a deterrent. In fact, it's an asset, I think.
Okay, thanks for answering. Thanks for taking the time out. And like one more thing I wanted to ask, and I was wondering is that
Vandit,
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. I have to move to the
Sure.
give
Okay,
opportunity
cool.
to
Cheers.
someone else as well. Yeah, Akshay, you can ask your question.
Hey, hi Shruti, good afternoon. Hi, Anshu,
Hi.
good evening. So congratulations. I think you are the first person I got to know who got the coveted exchange program, and that too through Kellogg. So I want to understand, Shruti, how did you manage to get that? That's number one. Number two is that since you have been sitting with Kellogg students and attending their classes, how different is it from ISB? And like, since you are an exchange student, can you also schedule a coffee chat maybe with their recruiters? Because their recruitment happens very differently. They organize coffee chats and then they sit.
Correct.
So how does that happen? And can you sit on those as well? And number three is that since you're an exchange student, do you also get do you get a joint degree from Kellogg, or do you get some kind of benefit out of the normal ISB candidates? These are the three questions which I want to ask. Thank you.
Okay. So your first question was, how did I do it? I think it was just luck. Unlike some other colleges where the priorities of choosing a college is given in terms of merit or whatever, ISB has a bidding system. So bidding, as you know, is based on luck. So don't worry about your marks, etc. That's not going to be an issue. It's luck. That is point number one. Point number two,
ISB.
Sorry, what was your point two about whether I get a joint degree? No, you don't get a joint degree. It's an exchange term. You can write it on your LinkedIn that you did an exchange term in Kellogg, which I have done. You can use your Kellogg ID to verify your LinkedIn ID so that when recruiters are looking for you, then they know that this person had a Kellogg ID, so he or she is a legitimate student. You can do that. You can sit for coffee chats, etc. I came during the spring term, so most of the recruiting had already happened, but I did sit with some recruiters. I had coffee with them, went for lunch with them. I already had a job in hand, so I was not as stressed out as some of the other students were. So I just kind of took it as a let's see where the conversation goes type of situation. And you can do that. There is a career management council at Kellogg. They help you. And it's not as spoon-fed as back in India. In India, like literally, it is their job to make sure that you get placed. But here in Kellogg, they'll be like, hey, bhai, this is a template for your resume. These are interview tips. Now go do what you can do. Like we'll get companies to come to campus, but it is on you to like do whatever you want.
Shruti, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to add one small point. Even in India, nothing beats ISP with respect to placement because all other colleges, the placements are handled by the students themselves. In ISP, the team of executives whose job is to get you placed because they get salary if you get placed. And only you get placed anywhere, you get placed and give a good rating that, yeah, I am very happy with this placement. So absolutely nothing beats ISB in the world as of now when it comes to feeding, holding your hands and getting you that high paying salary. Absolutely no. Okay, please.
I would agree to that because like I have sit for 2 MBA colleges, right? I've seen MICA placements, I've seen ISB placements,
Yes.
and though they were very different industries, Dr. Anshul is right about the fact that students versus there will be obviously even in other colleges. I'm sure there are some teachers or some professionals who kind of oversee the matters, but more it's the pressure is on the students. So yeah. So anyway, so Kellogg is not going to help you with that at all. You just do what you have to do. What I did, I spoke to a lot of professors. I did a lot of networking. I spoke to a lot of Kellogg, graduates as well as soon to be graduates. I've made my network. I've exchanged phone numbers. I've added people on LinkedIn. I'm going to continue conversations even beyond after I go back to India, and hopefully, things work out in the future. That's your job. If you get into an exchange term, you need to make the best out of the networking opportunities that you get. Attend as many events as possible, talk to as many people as possible, exchange phone numbers, exchange email IDs, because this is not an option you're going to get later, and it's not something that other ISB students have had. And this international network that you're going to make is your edge over other ISB students. So that is to answer your question on that. And the third question, you do not get to call yourself a Kellogg graduate. You're an ISB graduate. You should be proud of the fact that you'll become
Yes.
an ISB graduate. Everyone here in Kellogg knows about ISB. So,
Please do not have the colonial mindset of having a foreign degree.
Yeah, for sure. And in fact, people are impressed, and they actually are envious of us because of our placement. This thing. So they keep saying you guys are so lucky. Your college helped you with placements and all. People in Kellogg still have not gotten placed, by the way. They're going to graduate in June 8th. All of them have not gotten placed. They're asking me for help. I am connecting people from Booth and Kellogg, by the way, because I have made a network in Booth and Kellogg, and I'm connecting them. Hey, why don't you guys talk to each other? Maybe you can help with the job pursuit. So, that's the situation over here as well. If the market sucks everywhere. It's nothing to do with your institute. And your last question was there was another question, right? What was your
The
last
classes,
question?
how were the classes, and how was the experience
yeah.
there as compared to ISB?
Happy to report that pedagogy wise, ISB is absolutely at par. In fact, we have better classrooms. So the professors are at par. We in fact have professors who come from Kellogg. There is a professor here at Kellogg, Achal Basambu. He came to teach us at ISB as well.
Basambu
I had
teaches the DMOP, right?
Yeah, oh my God, the worst. It was so difficult.
I cried.
No, but I
that
cried
was
too.
the lecture when I was thinking I should go back and I should do RCT and extractions. And what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yes.
yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's not the professors from ISB are also from a lot of global institutes. So they do cross this thing. So these professors teach here, teach there as well. So your pedagogy is completely international. There is no difference in terms of what you're being taught. This is the last term 8 of Kellogg. And I'm attending these classes and I was like, I have done some of these topics earlier. ISB has already covered them. Now it is on you to kind of utilize that further.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I hope you get exchange if you ever get into this. It's an experience worth having.
Yeah, I'm going to bid all my points in Kellogg.
Yeah. Do that. I hope you get it.
Great. But great questions, Akshay. I mean, I'm glad you asked these questions because these might be valid and I would say relevant to other people as well. Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Because if not, yeah, Chetan.
Yeah, hi Anshul. Hi Shruti. Thank you so much for taking out time to speak with us. I have a question regarding your undergraduation and the shift that you made. So you are basically from an architecture background. So you had to shift.
What you told them everything about me?
No, I checked. I checked the LinkedIn profile.
You checked. Okay.
I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No.
Not everything,
did you
your
have
profile and things,
Yes.
your work experience.
He's done his homework. Yeah, he's
Right.
done his homework.
So did you have to justify to the interview panel as to why you are making such a big shift from your interest that you had about 10 months of work experience and then you're shifting to a completely different field altogether. So did you get questions related to that? And did you face any difficulties because of this change? Because I come from a civil engineering background as well. Although my startup has linked to my undergraduation, but yeah, I still have
Chetan,
questions.
don't worry about it. First of all,
Okay.
it is it will be easily justified in your case. I'll tell you how later.
Okay,
But
sure.
yeah, I'll let Shruti answer your question.
Yes.
So, Dr. Anshul is right. You see, if you have a good enough reason to make this pivot, very good, say it, it'll come naturally to you. If you don't have a good enough reason in your head, make up a reason. The idea is that you have to be convincing to the interviewer, and the interviewer doesn't really care why you're shifting. The fact that you got an interview offer means that your profile was convincing enough. So that justification is not, they're not trying to see how you convince them, they're trying to see whether you're confident about your reasons. It doesn't matter to them whether they think your excuse is good enough or not. This guy knows what he wants to do. He thinks ISB can help. Can ISB help him with that particular pivot that he wants to do, a particular transition that he wants to do? If they think yes, ISB can help him, they'll say yes. So don't stress on that as well. And for me, I think yes, it was a bit of a roundabout route that I came to where I am here today. But every choice that I made was a very deliberate choice. I didn't just like wake up one day and get like an ISB offer. Like I worked towards it. It was a very deliberate choice to work towards it. So I think that showed that confidence that showed in my answer. Obviously, I ran my answer through Dr. Anshul. He corrected me, see this sounds more achievable than this, for example, like this sounds as if ISB can help you with this. So I think you need to just work on that, and then it's not going to be an issue. In terms of job placements, it's not going to be a hindrance at all. The job does not look at what you're doing in undergrad. If you're coming already from 6 years of work experience, then they're just going to look at that. They're going to see that you have a certain wealth of knowledge, wealth of practical experience. How is it going to apply to their company? That's what they're going to see at. For companies, you're an ISB student. They don't care what you did in undergrad. Nobody bothered to ask me about my B.Arch degree. I think one interviewer asked me after the interview was over, like a casual question, how was B.Arch? And I gave them an answer, and that was it. It was a very casual, by the way, what's up type of question. It's not going to be a hindrance to your job.
Wanted to add one thing here. It also depends on number of years of work ex. So Shruti had worked outside B.Arch for 5 years. So no one will go back and say, okay, you did B.Arch 5 years ago, and then why did you?
Yeah. It's done, dusted. Move on.
I also did the same change, but I went to ISB very early. Like I completed my BDS, and within 1.5 years, I was at ISB because my internship was counted as WorkX. So it became 2.5 years, and I was at ISB. So I got this question asked very often by every recruiter, by everyone I met, that why did you do this? You studied dentistry, and why did you do the job in digital marketing? How did you even get a job in the first place? Who gave you the job? What did you know about digital marketing? These questions every recruiter asks. But with someone like Shruti who had already established her in a career, doesn't matter. The career was very different than what she studied in her undergrad. This question,
and also engineers to MBA shift is very common. It's not such a big thing that you might think it to be. Like dentist to a doctor to like a management, yes, it stands out. But you being a civil engineering to MBA, people have seen such transitions. So it's not at all going to be something that, oh, why are you doing this? No, it's not going to be that.
Yes, that answers my question. Thank you so much.
Like Chetan, just to tell you, Darsh, what's her name? If someone is not muted, Kirti, can you mute yourself before I throw you out? Yeah, thank you. Darsha, right? What was the name who got into Wharton? She was also civil engineer. She cracked both ISB and Wharton. She eventually went to Wharton, of course. And,
obviously.
Yeah. And she was throughout an investment banker for 2 to 3 years. Daksha Sharma, right? From last year. No one troubled her. Akshay Singh, not Akshay, Aditya Singh, who was Shruti's batchmate. I think Aditya was also from Mohali. Shruti, if you befriended him,
Mm-hmm.
if you know him.
But like, what was his background?
He was also a civil engineer, but he worked in this thing, oil and gas industry.
Okay, correct. Yeah.
So does not matter. Trust me, no one will trouble you. They might ask one or two questions, but then you justify
That's
properly.
okay.
That's it.
Be confident about your
Yeah.
answer. Yeah, it's your life. You have a short life. If you decide to shift from MBA and you decide to do medicine later, that's completely your choice. Just be confident in your choices. That's it.
Okay, perfect. Any other queries by anyone? Because if you do not have, then I have a lot of questions. Okay, Vandit, you can, if you are still here, you can ask your.
Yeah,
ask-
hey, so
Yes.
so one thing I wanted to ask you is that did you try for the other executive programs in IIMs? Because they have
No.
a bit more average experience to compare to ISB. So I just wanted to know that. And as well at the same time, was there any reason that you only chose ISB and did not apply for the other programs?
So I did not apply for anything. I had no backup options. I only applied to ISB and I only applied to the flagship program. That's it. Because my reasoning was that if I'm going to do this to myself, then I'm going to do it from the best college that India has to offer. For my personal reasons, I did not want to go abroad for my MBA. I was very sure that I would want to stay in India. I want to make my career in India. And if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it from the best that the country has to offer. That's ISB and not even IIM-A, it's ISB. And the flagship program for me was the best that ISB has to offer. So I went for that. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to go the full way. That's my way of thinking. That's how I do things in life. Yeah, okay. I think that answers Vandit's question as well. So anyone else? No, I think that's it.
Okay. Okay. So my next question is
He
Shruti.
still has his hand up. I'm not sure whether he wants to ask something or it's.
I think he asked what he wanted to ask. Okay. So
Okay, cool.
Shruti, so when should one start preparing for interview according to you? Like immediately after submitting the application, or if someone has submitted already, someone has already prepared the application, when is the ideal time to prepare and how much time one should take according to you?
So this is I think it's a very customized question to people. And like I waited till I think this thing came in. Or yeah, like I don't think I bothered to prepare for the interviews till I got like an interview offer. That's because I was working, I was busy with other things as well. And also um I didn't feel that needed like that. That's the way I think. That's me as a person. Like I don't feel that I need to prepare for like um this much amount of time. Like I feel like if I focus myself and prepare for this much amount of time, especially in interviews, I feel like I will do better. I feel like I give myself nerves just by over preparing. But that's me. But if you guys feel that you calm your nerves down by preparing for a longer amount of time, then that's what you should do. The idea for interview preparation is that you should not sound nervous. So if this works for you and that doesn't work for you, then choose this. That's what I'm trying to say over here.
Perfect. Okay, Shruti. Now you started some SIG or something at ISP?
I
What did
did. I
you do?
started a special interest group called Wine and Brew.
Okay. So what did you do? By the way, that club actually existed before I joined.
Yeah.
They canceled it. They discontinued it from my batch.
Yeah.
So you kind of restarted.
It was a Hyderabad club. It was not anything in Mohali. So when I spoke to Mohali people, they had never had any club like that. How I realized it was a Hyderabad. Thanks, Ashna. So how I realized that it was a Hyderabad thing was because I was talking to an ISB graduate And he was asking me, what do you want to do in ISB, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I want to start a special interest group where we kind of get together and I teach them about like how to conduct themselves at parties and dinners and how to throw parties and how to differentiate between your cocktails, how to know which drink is what drink. Because when you become managers and when you become directors, when you become VPs, then you're going to have to hosting a lot of people who are from a lot of privileged position, and you cannot sound clueless and like, what am I doing? What drink am I ordering? Like they're going to judge you on the beer you order. Do you even know what your beer is? So I wanted to start something around that, and I felt it would be like a great way to network with people as well. That okay, let's get over a few drinks, let's have fun, we learn about drinks as well, we'll get drunk as well, and then we'll network as well. So that was my idea. And he said that my friend had a club like that, and he put me in touch with that lady. And I wanted to name my club something else, but she said that her club was called Wine and Brew. So I was like, okay, let me stick to that. So I stuck to it, and then I started the SIG. It was lots of fun. I think like I was hands down voted like the best SIG on campus. A lot of people came down and told me that, you have more activities and events than even clubs. And like, I always had like minimum 80 people used to come. And that's like a huge walk-in for like a SIG event.
People at Mohali is a big turnout.
Yeah. I always had massive turnouts. It was good fun. And we learned about different kinds of wine. We learned about different kinds of beer. People made cocktails for each other. That's how I got introduced to random people from different sections that I would never have spoken to before. And it was just a way to put myself out there. It was a great networking opportunity as well. Yeah.
Great. Thanks a lot, Shruti. People do not have any questions so far. So as a parting note, what advice you'd want to give? Because these people have exactly how much time is left? June, July, August. So maybe 3 months and 20 days, what they should be doing in these 3 months and 20 days. Of course, it depends a lot on where you are in your preparation journey and how much baggage you have. But what exactly you would want to give a parting advice?
I think 3 months and 20 days is like more than enough. Like, I mean, you guys have ample time. Please don't waste it. Don't be like, oh, I have so much time, let me start my preparation tomorrow. No, because that kind of mindset is just going to lead to procrastination. And then you're going to wake up and then you'll realize it's just one more week left. So please utilize your time wisely. That is my first piece of advice. My second piece of advice would be to talk to as many people as you can in terms of, okay, so first, don't over prepare yourself. Okay, let ISB also offer you something once you get in. Like, don't be like, okay, what subjects do I know? Should I do this course before starting my academic journey? No, don't do that. Focus on getting in. So keep your focus like very concentrated. Focus on that, and let things take their own course. Talk to people in terms of the opportunities that you can have. Like, I did not know that a special interest group was even a thing at ISB. I thought it was only clubs. So be confident about that. There's going to be groups created once you guys get your admission offers. So try, and there are going to be meetups happening in different cities as well. Try and go for those meetups so that you know a couple of people when you reach campus. That's going to be that's not going to feel, you're not going to feel so alone then. So I think just take things one step at a time. Focus first now on finishing your submission, your admission submission, then worry about your interview process. After you get in, then worry about all these other things. Don't bog yourself down now itself by thinking, oh, I have so much to do. No, you just have to submit your form right now. So it's just one task, do it really well.
Yeah, so right now we are only focusing on application, and the day these people will submit, immediately we will start talking about interview. Like for you as well, I guess the interview document was sent immediately after you submitted. And then you had a long period of time. You got lucky because Bangalore was scheduled at the last during your time.
Yes, I got lucky because Bangalore was scheduled. Even though Dr. Anshul had like 2 interview calls with me, after that I was like, bus, like I'll I'll do it, because that's the way I wanted to
No,
calm
you
my
are ready
nerves.
for two. So for interview, I always make it very dynamic. There are people
Yeah.
who were okay with two interviews, and I released them. I said, yeah, you don't need them. There had also been people like Munindra who took 8 mock interviews with me and other people in my team, and then another 30 hours of communication training, because he realized that he needs it. He does not have communication skill. As a result, he got into both ISB and IIM Calcutta. Then there is a guy called Sayyed who took 8 mock interviews. And as a result, he got into, only guy who got into both ISB and IIM Ahmedabad and 3 other colleges as well. But then there are people who got into with 2 mocks just like you, because I realized that they are ready. Don't overdo anything. Overdo if
So
it's not.
it depends on you as a person.
Yeah.
So right now, just focus on your submissions, then bother about everything else.
Yeah.
One step at a time. That's what I believe in.
Yeah. Great. Thanks a lot, Shruti, for your time. I hope we did not take a lot of your time today on a Saturday morning for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's 11:50 right now. I actually have a brunch to go to.
Okay.
Meeting up with
I'll
some
not
Kellogg
take much
students.
of your time, and thanks a lot. Keep in touch. Maybe let's catch up as soon as you're back in India, and you will be in Hyderabad, right?
Yeah,
Yes. So
you'll
I'll
be in
be.
Hyderabad, right?
No. I am in Gurgaon right now, unfortunately.
Okay. Are you going for the interviews? Like, did you go for the interviews this year?
Yes, I go every year.
How was the crop?
It was nice. I only went for one half on one day, and there were 4 people. We eventually ended up rejecting all 4, but it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. Now I think every cohort feels that their cohort is the best and econ and
So I really got very stupid people. I got one guy from IT Roorkee who came with a loosely hanging tie, even though being a reapplicant. So we were already pissed off. Then we got one girl from publishing background. She was masters in publishing with 6 years of experience. And then she's saying, oh, I don't know. My soft skills make me better for anything after MBA. So I'm like, okay, cool. So trust me, that's why I say to these people, just prepare properly.
Thanks, Ravya.
Just thoda sa prepare kar lo, you'll automatically be ahead of competition. People do not prepare. I don't know why. Even after getting this chance of being interviewed by ISB, they just come unhinged, and then they ask, oh, why did I get rejected? Anyway, great, Shruti, and all the best. And I will try my best to catch up with you very soon. Please let me know once you're back to India, and whenever I have a Hyderabad trip, let's catch up. Okay.
For sure.
Bye.
And for everyone over here, please feel free to text me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to help out and answer any other questions you might have later on in the future.
Get all the queries answered. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.